Have you ever wondered why so many wonderful cookies from the past are now lost? It's now time to delve deeply into 11 of these delectable treats that we regretfully left behind. Prepare to be pampered because these incredible cookies will satisfy your sweet tooth and make you yearn for the good old days. Now let's get started. Number 1, Sunshine Lemon Coolers. What better cookies to begin with than Sunshine Lemon Coolers, which are incredibly tasty and easy to prepare. Many people loved the zesty lemon flavor of these powdered sugar-coated cookies, which tasted like a little piece of sunshine in every bite. A bestseller, these crumbly cookies with a hint of lemon flavor were Sunshine Biscuits Company's flagship offering. Sunshine Lemon Coolers were a hit among adults and the elderly due to their delicious look and even more alluring scent. They arrived in a recognizable lemon green box that practically pleaded with you to sample the delicious treat. When Sunshine Biscuits merged with Keebler, they were discontinued despite their widespread appeal. There was a gap in the market for fans of lemon cookies when people began to favor plain vanilla crackers over sweet lemon cookies. However, you would be mistaken to believe that Sunshine Lemon Coolers aren't still a favorite among many, especially in light of the numerous imitation recipes that have appeared over the years to mimic the flavor. Number 2, Vienna Fingers. For many years, Vienna Fingers were a beloved sandwich cookie that was a mainstay in many homes. Vienna Fingers, which were first offered by Keebler, immediately won over fans with their rich cream center and airy, buttery wafers. They were a sophisticated treat that delighted adults and kids alike, especially when consumed with a cup of tea or coffee. These cookies featured a smooth vanilla-flavored cream filling sandwiched between an outer crust with a vanilla flavor, providing the ideal amount of crispness and creaminess. They were a popular choice for a quick snack or tea-time dessert because of their sophisticated appearance and delectable flavor. Vienna Fingers were packaged with a textured surface embossed with the product name and a round-ended finger shape. They also arrived in a recognizable rectangular red and yellow package with the words Vienna Fingers written on it in large white letters. When the company first started, the cookies were marketed as Sunshine Biscuits. Number 3, Spritz Cookies. A classic holiday favorite, Spritz cookies were prized for their delicate, festive shapes and buttery flavor. They were renowned for their artistic and customizable qualities, in addition to their excellent taste. These were among the most entertaining appetizers to prepare and were ideal for taking to get-togethers and potlucks, as well as for entertaining at a friend's house. Traditionally, buttery dough consisting of flour, sugar, eggs, and butter was used to make Spritz cookies. The dough would be pressed into uniquely shaped pans using a cylinder and a calibrated plunger. Once baked, the pans would be covered with decorative treats and dusted with powdered sugar. For the majority of the 20th century, Spritz cookies were incredibly popular, and numerous cookbooks featuring a range of recipes for making these treats appeared. Families in America loved to experiment with different mixtures for these cookies. Spritz cookies lost their appeal over time, just like the other cookies on this list. They're no longer very common, though some families still make them for the holidays, much like our next treat. Number 4, Cookies with Thumbprints. Thumbprint cookies were yet another beloved confection. In contrast to most cookies, kids rather than adults enjoyed these. These traditional cookies have a shortbread crust with a dollop of jam typically in the middle. Families would frequently give thumbprint cookies a personal touch by stuffing them with chocolate chips, almonds, raspberry, or strawberry pieces. Though the history of thumbprint cookies is up for debate, there is no denying their deliciousness. They first gained popularity at the beginning of the 19th century. All-purpose flour, almond flour, butter, sugar, vanilla, almond extract, jam, and a dash of sea salt are needed to make it. In a medium-sized bowl, whisk together the flour and salt. Add to the mixture along with the creamed vanilla, almond extract, butter, and sugar. Next, form the cookies into balls by scooping rounded tablespoons of dough with a small cookie scoop, shaping each ball into an indentation in the center. After that was finished, all you had to do was bake the treats, spoon a little jam into the indentations, and you were ready to go. Number 5, Cookies from Snackwell. Because they were so widely available, Snackwell cookies could be found in almost every neighborhood store. Food juggernaut Nabisco debuted them as a more healthful option to conventional cookies. These little wafers with fruit fillings were tasty, reasonably priced, and generously portioned. These guilt-free, low-fat treats went well with a cup of tea and were well liked by those who wanted to indulge without feeling guilty. The Snackwell effect, a phenomenon where dieters eat more low-calorie cookies like Snackwells than they otherwise would for regular cookies, was first brought about by it. The only issue was that Snackwells had more sugar and carbs than other snacks. After consumers realized that Snackwells weren't the secret to losing weight, their popularity quickly faded. People threw caution to the wind when it came to many snacks they had grown to love. The Snackwell cookie brand progressively faded away until its permanent closure in 2022. Health concerns led to the removal of Snackwell cookies from store shelves, a tale that is all too similar to that of the next cookie on the list. Number 6. Hi, sweethearts. Say hello to Hello Dollies if you enjoyed cookies with a cream cheese filling. These 7-layered cookie bars combined flavors like chocolate chips, coconut, condensed milk, and graham cracker crust to create one incredibly tasty and addicting cookie. They were a well-liked, homemade cookie that was frequently eaten around the holidays. This cookie was widely available in grocery stores and supermarkets, and was highly well-liked by children. It was made with butter, chocolate chips, chopped nuts, graham cracker crumbs, grated coconut, and a small amount of sweetened condensed milk. To begin, arrange the coconut, chocolate chips, cracker crumbs, chopped nuts, and butterscotch chips in that sequence. Then, cover everything with the sweetened condensed milk. After 30 minutes of baking, you would loosen it and cut it into small squares. The quantity of sugar and cookie layers that had to be used to make them bothered parents. There was undoubtedly a sugar rush from the layers of graham crackers, chocolate chips, and butterscotch chips. And we all know what happens to kids who ingest too much sugar. Over time, health concerns and the emergence of new layered cookie variations caused Hello Dolly's popularity to decline and eventually caused them to gradually disappear from the market. Number 7. Wedding cookies from Mexico. Russian tea cakes, or snowball cookies, or Mexican wedding cookies, are classic candies renowned for their soft, melt-in-your-mouth texture. The classic ingredients for these spherical, powdered, sugar-coated cookies are butter, flour, and finely chopped nuts, typically pecans or walnuts. The crumbly texture and rich buttery flavor of the ingredients belie their simplicity. Mexican wedding cookies originated with Arab baking in the Middle Ages. The cookies were ready to be served once you allowed them to cool and then rolled them in freshly powdered sugar. These cookies are a favorite component of many family traditions and are typically enjoyed during festive occasions like weddings, Christmas, and other holidays, which elevated holiday cookie platters. Number 8. Enchanted centers. And now for the enigmatic magic middles. Imagine a melted chocolate center that pours out of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies when you take a bite of these chewy cookies with a gooey caramel center. That's how these delightfully unexpected cookies tasted. You were taken to cookie heaven after just one bite. Magic Middles gained popularity quickly, loved for their distinct flavor, and the excitement of uncovering the filling with each bite. When Keebler first introduced Magic Middles, they became so popular right away that they had to come out with a bite-sized version called Mini Middles. Keebler discontinued Magic Middles in spite of their popularity, leaving their fans nostalgic and a hole in the cookie aisle. These cookies have maintained a cult following over the years, and many people are eager for them to come back. Magic Middles are a truly magical part of snack history, remembered for their wonderful taste as well as the happy memories they evoked. Like the cookie after them, Magic Middles were a magical treat that disappeared far too quickly. Number 9. Fudge Jumbles from Pillsbury. Delightful Pillsbury Fudge Jumbles won over cookie enthusiasts with their rich and creamy flavor. With every bite, the layers of chocolate and buttery crumble provided a delightfully decadent experience. Pillsbury Fudge Jumbles were so easy to make and had a homemade taste that they quickly gained popularity. They were great as a special treat for the family or for bake sales and potlucks. Fans of Fudge Jumbles were disappointed when Pillsbury eventually stopped making them, despite how well-liked they were. Fudge Jumbles evoke nostalgia and fond memories of a bygone era when these delectable confections were a treasured part of daily existence. Number 10. Ding Dongs. Let's begin with the incredibly well-known and recognizable Ding Dongs. These cakes, filled with cream and coated in chocolate, aren't exactly cookies, but they were a favorite snack in many homes. When Hostess unveiled Ding Dongs, they were an immediate hit and have since become one of their best-selling and most promoted items. For every child who went grocery shopping with their parents growing up, these were an irreplaceable snack. Bell sounds were used in Ding Dongs commercials to help kids remember the cookie's name, and it was effective. They represented the height of indulgence in childhood. Ding Dongs were puck-sized candies with an intriguing shape. They were round with a flat top and bottom. The cookie had a thin layer of chocolate glaze on top and a creamy white filling injected in the middle. Originally, the Ding Dong was sandwiched between two thin pieces of aluminum foil so that the chocolate glaze wouldn't melt when it was carried in lunches. Number 11. Keebler Fudge Sticks. Keebler's Fudge Sticks, Fudge Stripes, Fudge Marshmallows, and Deluxe Grams were a chocolate lover's paradise, with the ideal ratio of rich fudge coating to crunchy wafer. These cookies, which were first introduced by the Keebler elves, immediately gained popularity due to their delicious flavor and delightful texture. Every fudge stick was a delightful treat that was difficult to resist, with a crisp, light wafer covered in a thick layer of smooth, creamy fudge. These cookies were frequently eaten as a sweet treat any time of day or as an after-school snack. They were distinguished from other snacks by their luscious fudge coating, which gave them a luxurious chocolate experience, and their stick shape, which made them convenient to eat on the go. Keebler fudge sticks were eventually phased out despite their widespread appeal, leaving a gap in the cookie section and a persistent craving among their devotees. They are now cherished memories of many childhoods, a tribute to the magic the Keebler elves infused into their cookie creations. Speaking of magic, this next cookie had something of a spell-like hold on the public during its heyday.